Chelsea face West Ham at the London Stadium just 63 hours after playing PAOK away in Greece in the Europa League. Due to bad weather conditions, the team also couldn't fly back to England last night and only travelled today. But a few big injury concerns for West Ham and Eden Hazard not travelling to Greece means Chelsea do remain the favourites. To find out everything you need to know about both sides ahead of the game, make sure you watch this preview until the end. Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea from a preview of the West Ham United versus Chelsea game in the 6th round of the Premier League taking place on Sunday afternoon at 1:30 PM. Like I said in the intro, we are the favourites, but I think it will be difficult. Of course, this is the preview for the game against West Ham. There will be a review, there will be fan cams, there will be a vlog, there will be all sorts. So if you don't want to miss out on that, do make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea if you haven't already. But now let's get straight into the video by speaking about our opposition West Ham. And currently, they're sitting 16th with 4 defeats in their first 4 games and 1 win from, obviously, the first 5 games in the Premier League season. Scoring 5 goals themselves, but also conceding 11 goals, which is obviously quite a lot. They got absolutely battered by Liverpool on the first day of the season, in the first game, as they lost 4-0. Then they lost 2-1 to Bournemouth at home after going 1-0 up in the game. Then they lost 3-1 away to Arsenal, a game in which West Ham actually played quite well, and with a bit of luck and only slightly better defending, they could easily have gotten a draw in that game. I think that they weren't that far off deserving that point. They really weren't, because Arsenal weren't good in that game and West Ham just really didn't help themselves. And then they also lost 1-0 to Wolves, again at home, thanks to an injury time winner by Adama Traore. But last week, though, they went to Goodison and beat Everton 3-1, basically out of nowhere. I don't think many people expected that kind of result. Yes, Everton did miss some big chances in that game, including hitting the bar from fairly close range, actually. But overall, judging from what I saw in match today, West Ham looked like they kind of deserved that win. And by far the best player so far this season has been my Austrian countryman Marko Arnautovic, at least from what I've seen from West Ham. A disgustingly underrated player in my opinion, and I don't think that I'm just saying that because he's Austrian and he's probably my favourite non-Chelsea player, except maybe Messi. I actually really rate Marko Arnautovic really highly, especially since David Moyes came up with the genius idea of starting him up front last season, which my mates will tell you I've been saying for years should be his position in the national team. I mean, maybe I should stop with my praise for Arnautovic right now, because West Ham boss Manuel Pellegrini has yesterday revealed that he is a doubt for the game on Sunday, as he has suffered some sort of knee injury, and they're only hoping that he'll be available for the game on Sunday against Chelsea. And if he isn't starting, let alone not even make the bench, that is a huge boost for us in my opinion. Also, new signing Andriy Yarmolenko, who scored 2 goals in the last game against Everton, also shouldn't be underestimated at all, especially his left foot. But I also have to say that the new goalkeeper Fabianski has done really, really well so far this season, pulling off some absolutely blinding saves. And also their other major signing, Felipe Anderson, is a much better player than basically he looked like in some of the early games this season. I think pretty sure he was at Lazio before, and he is a very good player. And it just shows the Premier League how much money there is in Premier League. West Ham aren't up there with the biggest clubs in the Premier League, and he was at one of the biggest clubs in Italy. Then he went to West Ham, and he hasn't looked that great in the first few games, but he is a very good player, and on his day, he can certainly cause havoc. He certainly can. Other than Arnautovic, West Ham also have a few other issues on the injury front. Andy Carroll and Manuel Lanzini are both still out long term, basically, obviously Lanzini being one of their best players, and also Javier Hernandez, or Chicharito, is suffering from some sort of virus according to their manager, and is also majored out as far as I'm aware. And Jack Wilshere is also out from the game as he is recovering from an ankle injury that actually forced him to have a minor surgery on his ankle, obviously, on last Monday, I think it was. So, they do have a few injury issues. But overall, I don't think West Ham are anywhere near as bad, as losing the first 4 games of the season made them look. They do have a new manager as well. David Moyes to Manuel Pellegrini is a big change. Yes, they were horrendous, especially defensively in the first few games, but they also seem to have improved on that a good bit. And although, of course, none of the teams they faced since losing 4-0 to Liverpool are anywhere near as good as Liverpool or ourselves as well. But still, away at West Ham always seems to be tricky. Always seems to be a tricky game for us, especially at the London Stadium for some reason, where in 3 games so far, we've lost twice and only won once. So not the best ground for us so far, but let's hope we can change that on Sunday. But when we did play them last season, when we couldn't beat them on either occasion, lost away from home and drew at home at Stamford Bridge, Arnautovic was the one that caused us the biggest problems, which is why I said if he can't start the game, let alone not even make the bench, that is a huge boost for us. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say about West Ham. They're definitely not as bad of a team as some people think they are this season, and then it will be a tricky game. But now getting into Chelsea. And first of all, with us playing in the Europa League last night, there was no press conference ahead of the Premier League weekend today. Sarri obviously gave a post-match press conference last night, and in all honesty, not a lot of things changed from 9 PM on a Thursday, basically 9 PM Thursday evening, to 1 p.m. Friday afternoon. Like, there's not going to be a lot that changes, so obviously there was no press conference today. But in that press conference last night after the game, Sarri did give us a small update regarding Pedro's shoulder/arm injury that he, as you will probably know, picked up in the last minute of the game. And Sarri said that he only spoke to the doctor for a brief moment, but in that moment he was told that it's probably not a very serious injury. Pedro himself then also posted on social media saying everything is okay despite the incident at the end of the game. But I'm not really sure what that means. Does that mean he's totally fine, or does that just mean he's not going to be out for very long? Or, like I said, what does it mean? But it sure does suggest that at least he didn't dislocate his shoulder, which a lot of us, including myself, did fear, which would have kept him out for a few weeks at least, I think. So let's just say I expect him to miss the game on Sunday. I don't think he will make that. Especially not start. Maybe he will make the bench, but I also doubt that. But he will probably be fit to play Liverpool in the Cup on Wednesday, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see, because right now we just don't really know. And it's actually a little bit of a similar situation with Mateo Kovacic, who obviously had to come off early against Cardiff, and Sarri said that he did stay in London and didn't travel to Greece, basically to recover from that minor injury. And, since then we haven't really got an update about his fitness situation, so we don't know whether he's fit to start on Sunday. But other than that, it isn't just for the fact that we played in Greece on Thursday evening and have the early kickoff on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Adding to that, due to the weather condition, the team couldn't fly back to London last night as planned and only made their way back to England today, which of course makes everything even more difficult. Like, we arrived this afternoon basically. Now we only have one day, basically less than 48 hours to prepare for the game. And that is quite ridiculous. Like, it is very annoying. Obviously, you can't change the weather. And, Sarri keeps going on about if he was in the Serie A, he could ask to play the game on Monday. And fair enough. But then we'd still have the game on Wednesday against Liverpool. So playing on Monday wouldn't really help us, because then we'd have the same issue again. Like, that doesn't work. You can't play Monday and Wednesday. Like, now we have Thursday and Sunday, and then Sunday and Wednesday. Like, we couldn't play on Monday, but it's still annoying that the Europa League had to be played on Thursday. It's just basically a bit of a piss take, in all honesty. And that's just what Europa League is, and we shouldn't have put ourselves in that situation. But the whole situation does make it a lot more, important, and I'm a lot more thankful that Sarri did leave Eden Hazard in London, because a fresh Eden Hazard, which we will see on Sunday, can be very crucial for us and will be very crucial for us. And with all of that said, let's get into the lineup that I think Maurizio Sarri will field on Sunday. And let's just put it plain and simple, I think it's going to be this. Obviously in the 4-3-3 formation, Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal, the two fullbacks being Cesar Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso, the two centre-backs being Antonio Rudiger and David Luiz, and midfield three of Jorginho and N'Golo Kanté, and if fit, Mateo Kovacic. Then on the two wings, it's going to be Eden Hazard and most likely Willian on the other side. And then I'm pretty sure it's going to be Olivier Giroud starting up front. And running through the lineup that I think will be picked, I think Rudiger will stay in the side. He seems like an absolute beast. He doesn't really seem to get tired. I don't think we will now put Luiz back in there instead of Rudiger, just to rest him and keep Christensen in there. I don't think that's going to happen. And I also just want to say that while Christensen did play a very good game yesterday, he played a good game yesterday, we played against PAOK, who barely attacked us all game long. So saying Christensen was so good that he should start from now on because of that performance, that's just stupid. I'm not saying you can't say Christensen shouldn't start that of Luiz. I know a lot of people think that, and I think it's a fair point to make, but not because of yesterday's game. That is not a good enough game to take as a comparison against anything Luiz has played so far this season. That is not a valid point. And yeah, obviously Luiz will come back into the team after staying in London for yesterday's game. And Alonso, he came off early yesterday, so I'm sure he'll start as well. Same goes for Jorginho. Kanté, like I said, ahead of the game yesterday, Kanté is a beast, doesn't get tired, so he'll play on Sunday as well, I'm pretty sure. And like I said, I'm not sure about Kovacic's fitness situation. If he can't start, it's probably going to be Barkley that starts again. Maybe Loftus-Cheek, but I doubt that. So let's just hope that Kovacic is fit, because even though Barkley had actually a really good game yesterday, or a good game, let's say, Kovacic still is at least one good level above him. Obviously, Hazard will start. Like I said, like with David Luiz, he didn't travel, so obviously he's going to start. And I doubt that Moses or Callum Hudson-Odoi will get a start on the right side, so Willian on the other side is what I'm pretty sure is going to happen. And then again, like I said, Olivier Giroud up front. It would surprise me if Morata started, but I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Olivier Giroud. But, continuing on from that, if ARNAUTOVIC is out, and with Eden Hazard not travelling to Greece, I'm confident that we can pick up the 3 points on Sunday. And also, we're just on a great run of form and a great run of confidence, and winning all 6 from our 6 competitive games so far this season, even if missing a lot of chances yesterday, put a slight damper on, obviously the game last night. So even the fatigue might be a bit of an issue, especially with even travelling to London late, only travelling back today. I still think we're going to pick up the 3 points. I think we're going to win 3-1. That's going to be my prediction. But it wouldn't be the biggest shock to me if we somehow ended up drawing the game, especially if ARNAUTOVIC does turn out to be able to play. But I mean, saying what I think we should do, it's basically the same every game. Keep the ball well, create chances, take the chances, and kill the game off as quickly as possible. And, after playing yesterday, let's not put ourselves in the situation of needing a late goal or hanging on to a 1-goal lead, late in the game as well. Let's put it to bed as quickly as we can. Let's go on with the 3 points and let's, all have a party, basically. That will be good. Whether it will turn out that way, we'll have to wait and see. But like I said, my prediction is a 3-1 victory. But yeah, that's really it for me. Leave me all of your thoughts ahead of the game down in the comment section below. What are your score predictions? Who would you start? Leave me your predicted lineups down in the comment section below. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video. We'd massively appreciate that. Of course, don't forget to check out my social media, which is last57 on both Instagram and Twitter. As you can see over here, and also the links to both of them are down in the description below. Of course, also never forget to check out the channel social media links, to which the links are also down in the description. And of course, this is YouTube, so if you haven't already, do make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell button and choose to be notified about all uploads. But yeah, that's really it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea. Can't wait for the game on Sunday. And I'll see you next time.